Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to start with the novel The Hounds of Baskerville, written by Arthur Conan Doyle. This is a fictional mystery novel involving a murder case solved by two universally known and loved characters, Holmes and Dr. Watson. Now, what is going to be our key objective while going through this novel? Keep this in mind. Number 1, the writing style of the author. Number 2, analyzing the links which connects the mystery. And number 3, and most important, learning difficult words, their synonyms, and better expression of writing. Now, without further ado, let's move to the story. Mr. Sherlock Holmes, who was usually very late in the mornings, save upon those not infrequent occasions when he was up all night, was seated at the breakfast table. I stood upon the hearthrug and picked up the stick which our visitor had left behind him the night before. It was a fine, thick piece of wood, bulbous-headed, of the sort which is known as a penning lawyer. Now let's look at the difficult words. Number 1, hearthrug. Number 2, bulbous-headed. And number 3, penning lawyer. Hearthrug is a rug laid in front of a fireplace to protect the carpet or floor. As you can see in the picture, the red carpet. It's called the hearthrug. The next difficult word was bulbous-headed, which means round like a bulb. It can also be used in expressions like, you have a very bulbous head. A penning lawyer is a walking stick made from the stem of a palm which grows in penning and with a knobbed rather than curved head. So our chapter title is Sherlock Holmes, and straight away we get a glimpse of our central character. Now students, concentrate on how the author has constructed a certain character. Remember that when you are describing a character, you establish their personal traits. जैसे कि कोई देर से उठता है, that's a personal trait. So Arthur Conan Doyle established Holmes as a late sleeper and riser. Not infrequent occasion implies that once in a while he might wake up early. I over here stands for first-hand narration. Further, we'll get to know that our narrator is Dr. Watson. Means we are going to see the whole novel through Dr. Watson's perspective. So they are seated in their home office at 221B Baker Street in London. And Watson starts examining a mysterious cane left by an unknown visitor. Moreover, the author describes how the stick looked like. Now let's get the further details. But further details से पहले hold on. हम रिवाइज करते हैं हमने क्या सीखा है. Learned till now is Arthur Conan Doyle establishing his central character, Holmes. I implying first-hand narration, who is Dr. Watson. They are in their home office in London, and Watson examining a mysterious stick left by an unknown visitor. Just under the head was a broad silver band nearly an inch across. To James Mortimer, MRCS, from his friend of the CCH, was engraved upon it, with the date 1884. It was just such a stick as the old-fashioned family practitioner used to carry, dignified, solid, and reassuring. Well, Watson, what do you make of it? Holmes was sitting with his back to me, and I had given him no sign of my occupation. How did you know what I was doing? I believe you have eyes in the back of your head. I have, at least, a well-polished, silver-plated coffee pot in front of me, said he. Now students, let's look at the difficult words. MRCS, engraved, practitioner, and reassuring. MRCS, it's a medical jargon. Jargon means special words or expression used by profession or groups that are difficult for others to understand. So it's a jargon meaning membership of the Royal College of Surgeons of Great Britain and Ireland. Family practitioner is a family doctor who treats chronic illness, and we refer to him for minor diseases. Engraved means carved upon a hard object. Reassuring means serving or intending to remove someone's doubts or fear. जैसे कि किसी को तसल्ली देना, नहीं तुम बच्चे हो, तुम बहुत ठीक हो. That's called reassuring. So students, the stick decodes itself. To James Mortimer means a new character comes in the picture who is a doctor by profession, नज़ला खांसी type का doctor, and like our thing speaks for us, our nails tells us whether we are neat or dirty, his sticks describe him as a respectable man. Up till now we know that Holmes is seated at the breakfast table and Watson is standing by the fireplace and examining his stick. So, how come he knows that what Watson is doing? Apparently, Watson has given no clues of what he is doing. So Watson is pretty much startled regarding the question, and before sharing his deduction, he declares that Holmes has eyes in the back. But actually, there are no eyes. There is indeed a silver-plated coffee pot. So we comprehend that this coffee pot is casting a reflection and Holmes can see what Watson is doing. इधर से another trait of Watson established. He is not only a late sleeper and riser, but also very vigilant and astute observer. अब दोबारा से एक बार रिविजन करते हैं कि हमने क्या क्या सीखा. Arthur Conan Doyle brings in the picture another character, James Mortimer, a family practitioner, नज़ली खांसी वाला doctor. Watson is analyzing the stick left by him in detail, and the stick is speaking about his character traits: dignified, solid, and reassuring. Watson is startled when Holmes asks about his deduction as he is sitting with his back to him. Reductions यानी कि उसने क्या निकाला इस सब से, और वो बहुत हैरान है. Holmes admits that he saw Watson's reflection in the coffee pot, proving to Watson and us that he is an astute observer. तभी तो वो रिफ्लेक्शन से देख सकता था कि Watson क्या कर रहा है. Now let's read the text further. But tell me, Watson, what do you make of our visitor's stick? Since we have been so unfortunate as to miss him and have no notion of his errand, this accidental souvenir becomes of importance. Let me hear you reconstruct the man by an examination of it. I think, said I, following as far as I could the methods of my companion, that Dr. Mortimer is a successfully elderly medical man, well esteemed since those who know him gave him the mark of appreciation. Good, said Holmes. Excellent. I think also that the probability is in favor of his being a country practitioner who does a great deal of his visiting on foot. Why so? Because the stick, though originally a very handsome one, has been so knocked about that I can hardly imagine a town practitioner carrying it. The thick iron ferrule is worn down, so it is evident that he has done a great amount of walking with it. Perfectly sound, said Holmes. Now let's look at the difficult words. Notion is an idea, a belief, or an understanding of something. Errand is a short journey undertaking, so over here it is the purpose to the trip. Souvenir is a thing that is kept as a reminder of a person, place or event. Museum में अक्सर souvenirs होता है. Well esteemed means held in great respect, admired. Some synonyms can be distinguished, cherished, treasured, honored, beloved. Probability is something likely to happen, that is expectation. Ferrule is a metal cap to protect the end of a walking stick. Evident means easily seen or understood. Obvious हो जाना, जाहिर हो जाना. Upon inquiry from Holmes, Watson offers his deduction as to the origin of the walking stick. He had been deeply inspecting the stick left by the visitor, and since they hadn't met him, they had no idea why he had undertaken this journey or for what purpose the trip was planned. Students take a note as following. This indicates that the character of Watson is of a follower rather than a leader. He offers his theory that the stick belongs to an elderly doctor gratified with his object for years of service. Watson further claims him to be highly respected. When encouraged by Holmes, Watson shares his speculation that the well-worn stick implies a country practitioner who is relatively fond of walking, क्योंकि बहुत wear and tear हुआ था stick पे. Holmes further motivates and boosts up his courage, saying perfectly sounds. Now let's look at कि हमने अब तक क्या क्या पढ़ा है. Watson is offering his theory as to the origin of the stick that he had gathered from his inspection. Examine करते करते उसे क्या समझ आया है. They are still unaware for the purpose for which the trip was undertaken. क्यों आया था वो visitor? Watson come across as a follower rather than a leader. As per Watson's analysis, stick is of a rich, elderly practitioner gratified with this object for years-long service and quite used to walking. क्योंकि वियर एंड टियर हुआ था बहुत ज़्यादा स्टिक पे, इसलिए वो बहुत ज़्यादा वॉक करता था. ये वॉटसन ने डिटरमाइन किया. Now let's read the text further. And then again, there is the Friends of the CCH. I should guess that to be something Hunt, the local Hunt to whose member he has possibly given some surgical assistance and which has made him a small presentation in return. Really, Watson, you excel yourself, said Holmes, pushing back his chair and lighting a cigarette. I am bound to say that in all the accounts which you have been so good as to give of my own small achievements, you have habitually underrated your own abilities. It may be that you are not yourself luminous, but you are a conductor of light. Some people, without possessing genius, have a remarkable power of stimulating it. I confess, my dear fellow, that I am very much in your depth. Hard words में number 1, luminous. It means bright or intelligent. Possess means owning it, belonging to someone. Stimulating means encouraging or arousing interest or enthusiasm, यानी कि reviving. An example is, we are helping to stimulate the economy. हम economy को revive कर रहे हैं, shopping करके. Confess means to acknowledge something, admit it, confide it. Watson further elongates his deduction, declaring that the inscription CCH to be probably something Hunt, H say Hunt, a local group to whom Dr. Mortimer has provided some services. Holmes appreciates Watson, but while lighting a cigarette, indicating he is a smoker, he sits on the chair. Cigarette जलाने का मतलब smoke करता है. He praises Watson that he undermines his own abilities. Further, we can infer that Holmes is a very boastful person. He is a very self-centric natured person. हमेशा अपने बारे में बोलता रहता है. He claims that Watson is not perhaps an intelligent one, but is conducive of Holmes' sharp skills. He has no wisdom of his own, but has an extraordinary power of invigorating intelligence, यानी कि arousing intelligence. Remember that Watson has, in very few words and through his conversation, developed his character as well as of Holmes. Now, quick review at what we have learned till now. Watson is praised for his deductions and told that he undermines his abilities. Further, the character of Holmes comes across as boastful, filled with self-praises. Holmes sheds light on Watson's trait that he himself is not very intelligent but has attained his wisdom from Holmes. Further conclusion has been made that Watson's analysis invigorates the intelligence of a detective, Sherlock Holmes. Further reading the text, he had never been said as much before, and I must admit that his words gave me keen pleasure, for I had often been piqued by his indifference to my admiration and to the attempts which I had made to give publicity to his methods. I was proud, too, to even think that I had so far mastered his system as to apply it in a way which earned his approval. He now took the stick from my hand and examined it for a few minutes with his naked eyes. Then, with expression of interest, he laid down his cigarette and, carrying the cane to the window, he looked over it again with a convex lens. Keen means pure joy or pleasure. Piqued means feeling irritated or resentful. Some synonyms can be annoyed, vexed, nettled, irritated, put out, indignant, irked, peeved, or upset. Indifference means lack of concern or interest, total disregard. Looking through naked eyes means directly from the eyes without the help of any instrument such as convex lens or binoculars. Watson basks in the glory of Holmes' complement. We learned that the bond between Watson and Holmes is platonic. Friendly है बहुत, जैसे कि start of the chapter में they were accustomed talking in a very friendly way. But this friendship is of unequal standing. One is a follower pursuing the methods of his leader and seeking continuous appreciation, while the other has an air of supremacy with great insights and recognized intellect. Both of their personalities are very contrary. Though Watson often is picked by Holmes, he still admires him a lot. Holmes then takes the stick from Watson's hand and examines it, first with bare eyes and then with a convex lens. Now students, take a note on the contrast and expressions used by the author and how intelligently he is establishing the plot and describing the traits. Don't forget the objectives that we discussed at the very start of our lecture. So, Watson basks in the glory of Holmes' compliment as it is the first time he had been praised this way. Watson and Holmes shares a platonic bond but of unequal standing. Watson's nature is of a follower and he greatly admires Holmes. Watson is a leader with an air of supremacy matching his intellectual skills and insights. I'm sorry, I meant Holmes is a leader with an air of supremacy matching his intellectual skills and insight. Holmes, not Watson. Okay students, so we have been reading the novel Hounds of Baskerville by Arthur Conan Doyle. इसमें हमारे दो सेंट्रल कैरेक्टर्स हैं, एक डॉक्टर वॉटसन का और एक होम्स का. सिनेरियो जो हमारे पास है वो एक होम ऑफिस का है लंदन में. दोनों सुबह के वक्त जो हैं वो एक साथ हैं. होम्स ब्रेकफास्ट टेबल पे बैठा हुआ है और वॉटसन फायर प्लेस पे खड़ा हुआ एक स्टिक को एग्जामिन कर रहा है जो कि एक अननोन विजिटर ने छोड़ दी है. वॉटसन को हैरानी होती है कि होम्स को कैसे पता कि वो क्या कर रहा है, बिकॉज उनका बैक एक दूसरे की तरफ होता है. तो होम्स उसको बताता है कि मेरे सामने एक पॉट है, सिल्वर पॉट है, सिल्वर पॉट से रिफ्लेक्शन कास्ट होती है और रिफ्लेक्शन की वजह से मैं देख सकता हूँ. सो इस सिनेरियो से हमें सबसे पहले ये पता चलता है कि होम्स बहुत ही शार्प ऑब्जर्वर है. उसके बाद जब होम्स उस वॉटसन से पूछता है कि वो उसने स्टिक का क्या इंस्पेक्शन करके क्या डिडक्शन की, तो होम्स बताता है कि उसको लगता है कि वो एक बड़े प्रैक्टिशनर की स्टिक है, एक प्रैक्टिशनर की स्टिक है, मतलब एक फैमिली डॉक्टर की स्टिक है. एंड इट हैज बीन वेरी नॉक्ड अबाउट. क्यों? क्योंकि वो बहुत ही वियर एंड टियर हुआ होता है, उससे जो नीचे वाले हिस्सा होता है उसका उससे बहुत वियर एंड टियर होता है. तो वो एनालाइज करता है कि बहुत ज्यादा वॉकिंग करते थे, वो वॉकिंग करने की वजह से जो स्टिक है वो बहुत वियर एंड टियर हो गया उस पर. होम्स बड़ा ही उसको अप्रिशिएट करता है, बहुत मोटिवेट करता है. वो आगे पूछता है कि आगे और क्या एनालिसिस है. वॉटसन बोलता है कि जो CCH जो इंस्क्रिप्शन लिखी हुई है स्टिक के ऊपर इंग्रेव्ड होता है, मतलब स्टिक के ऊपर ना कार्व हुआ होता है डिजाइन, तो इंग्रेव्ड होता है. वो जो CCH है उसका H जो है इज फॉर हंट, समथिंग हंट, जिससे जो है वो डॉक्टर बिलोंग करता है या कोई कम्युनिटी है, और उसको एक प्रेजेंटेशन दी गई है, स्मॉल सी प्रेजेंटेशन एज ए टोकन ऑफ गिफ्ट, या उसने कोई सर्जिकल असिस्टेंस दी होगी उसकी वजह से. अब होम्स अगेन उसको इनकरेज करता है और बोलता है, अपनी ही तारीफ खुद करता है बहुत ही बोस्टफुल तरीके में, कि तुम जो है वो इंटेलिजेंट तो नहीं हो लेकिन तुम कंडक्टर ऑफ लाइट हो, मतलब मेरा विजडम तुम्हारे अंदर जाता जा रहा है. तुम्हारे अंदर खुद तो कोई जेनस नहीं है लेकिन तुम उसे स्टिमुलेट करते जा रहे हो, इन्विग्रेट करते जा रहे हो. होम्स की इस बात पे भी वॉटसन बहुत खुश होता है, उसको ये अपनी प्रेज लगती है क्योंकि होम्स को बहुत ज्यादा एडमायर करता है वॉटसन. सो यहाँ से हमें एक और पॉइंट पता चलता है कि जो होम्स का करेक्टर है, इट हैज अ लॉट ऑफ सुप्रीमेसी इन इट, सेल्फ बोस्टिंग और सेल्फ सेंट्रिक सा करेक्टर है. लेकिन जो वॉटसन का करेक्टर है, इट्स दैट ऑफ अ फॉलोअर, नॉट अ लीडर बट अ फॉलोअर, जो कंटिन्यूसली सीक करता है अप्रूवल. जब वॉटसन भी सारी असर्शंस होम्स को बता देता है तो होम्स खुद उठता है और उस स्टिक को एनालाइज करने के लिए पहले अपने आईज यूज करता है और उसके बाद कॉन्वेक्स लेंस. फर्दर यू गाइज नीड टू डू द होम असाइनमेंट, which is reading the text covered till now. jotting down the difficult words taught with their meanings, and finding the relevant synonyms. Some synonyms have been given and some need to be found out. Others need to be only learned and used in your answers to the following questions. Question number 1. Explore, research and write about the writing style of Arthur Conan Doyle and his character Holmes. 8 marks. These marks are just indicative of what the length of your answer should be. Marking nahi ho rahi hai. Question number 2 is, using relevant examples, analyze how Watson reconstructed the unknown visitor through examination of the stick.